Hello, good evening, and welcome to Monkeys with Fire. How is everybody tonight? Hope you're all well. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Let's say hello to some of the guys in the chat. Good evening, Jason, and welcome, David. Thank you for joining me. So, tonight we are returning to the dungeon to play another session of 2d6 Dungeon from DR Games. This is the solo player dungeon crawler that we played a couple of weeks ago, to which I have been thoroughly enjoying and wanted to continue to share my misadventures with you guys. Of course, my thanks to DR Games for providing the copy of 2d6 Dungeon for us to play this evening. I guess what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of a play. Hopefully I can show you various things from within the game, and then at the tail end of the show, DR Games have been incredibly generous, and I've got a preview copy of 2d6 Realm, their next release. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at that. I've literally only just got it, so you're going to share a first look with me live on tonight's show. Right, let's jump to the table. Oh, good evening, Roger. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you, sir? Okay, here we go. So, for those of you, I'm assuming that some of you guys in the chat, you're already very familiar with 2d6 Dungeon. In fact, David, you're saying I've posted a link on to the stream on the official 2d6 Facebook page. Excellent. Okay, maybe we'll get a bit of a crowd in tonight. So we'll move these out of the way because I will be referring to those as we play. We're doing that quite a lot. Let me share my dungeon with you then if you're not familiar. Here we go. And I probably need to point out, I can give you a little bit of a story, can't I? Let's find a suitable pen. There we go. So we started, of course, in the entrance area here. We rolled a corridor straight away, typical. We walked into this first room, which was a room for a mason who was hammering out some stonework. And of course, everybody within this dungeon instantly attacks us. So we defeated the artisan there. We moved into this empty space room. There was nothing of interest to find. Moving up into an indoor camp where we were attacked by a thug. But we did manage to acquire a gem, so that wasn't too bad. We decided to retrace our steps back to the entrance, and we'll go into this isolated room, which was a morgue. That doesn't bode well, does it? As soon as you walk into this dungeon, the very first room you come across is a morgue. Not good. So we continued along another corridor into this rather large room, which is a slate shrine, to which we picked up a gold amulet and 4 gems. We then ventured into this side room here, which was a weapons dump, though we did not find anything of interest. We went then back again to this large, huge room, which is a crate storeroom, and we found various bits of metal and some coal. I'm going to enjoy actually illustrating this room. As you can see on the map, I've only illustrated the corridors and the rooms that were empty. All of the rooms that do have features I have yet to do. So going from the crate store, we walked across into this empty space and then into a damp space that had a fungal geist, a strange kind of mushroom creature. Venturing back, we came to this room just here, room number 10, which was a holding cell, where unfortunately we found a long dead prisoner, but we also found a shrine for Nevazator. So we can make an offering there. We popped down here into a dump room, where there was another shrine for Nevazator. We then worked our way up into what is a very small room here, which had some kind of effigy within it. Moving up into room 13, unlucky for some, it was a holding cell, and unfortunately the resident again was long dead. And that's, I think, where we got to in our last stream. Since then, I did a few corridors. I got up to this room here, which is going to be a fire pit, to which we found a merchant who we defeated, and we grabbed a sack of firewood. We then went across and found an abattoir, and we had to basically defeat a butcher who proceeded to throw bloodied entrails at us. And moving along, we found an indoor camp, and then here we have found a shackle room. And that's as far as I've got so far. Now then, for those of you who are familiar with the game, you'll probably see that I have made a mistake. And of course, you know, for those of you who come on the channel, you will know that that is possibly something I do a reasonable amount. The mistake being is that I've actually put 2 exits on the same wall. So that is a no-no. And I'll try and remember that for next time. But ultimately, you know, it's one of those games where the rules can be like guidelines, and I figure this is such a big room, it doesn't matter too much that we've broken that rule. It'll look cool when I draw it all in, so that's what's important. We got a few extra people in the chat. Mr. Damaro... Oh gosh, here we go. I'm going to ruin names here. I do apologise. Mr. Dam Arofi. Dam Arofi? Something like that. Close enough. But welcome, you're in Portugal. It's only 38 degrees. David's saying it's hot as hell in the UK. But you've been playtesting Alien Sanctuary. Oh, excellent, excellent. All right then, let's get started. And what we'll do is we'll do the split screen so that you can kind of see my story progression. And ultimately, we're up in this top room. I'm going to fill in this room here. That makes the most sense to me. So this is what we always have a little bit of issue. I'm going to move this across here just so that we can bring in the dice tray. We can kind of see the dice here. Red is going to be our x-axis, white is going to be our y. Here we go then. So first of all, we have to determine the size of the room. That's a 1 and a 2. That's a corridor. I don't want a corridor. I suppose it could be a corridor, couldn't it? It would mean that this would have to be a very small room. I'm going to roll those again. See, again, that's the nice thing about this game, is as much as you are following the rules, it's also a little bit of a creative endeavour. So you want things to sort of work and be nice with your map illustration. That's a 6 and a 3. Can we make that work? I think we can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little bit of paper here, just so that I don't mess things up. So we're going to put this in just here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 3 goes 1, 2, brings us down to here, doesn't it? So I'm hoping... Do you know what? We can't effectively put a room in here. So I'm actually just going to link that straight up. And let me just roll just to see how many exits this might have. We've already got 1. Well, actually, it says we got 0. So we're going to have to put... We'll go with that, because we've already sort of cheated a little bit. Let's put that in like so. Okay. And because we're already joining a room, I'm going to make this make sense. I'm not going to bother to... well, actually... Oh no, it will depend on... It will depend on the actual... Well, actually, it won't, will it? It won't, I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to keep it as is. Not going to overcomplicate, because we're going to use that as our exit. So there was effectively 1 exit from here. In fact, 2, wasn't there? We were linking up to that one as well. Okay, so we need to find out what kind of room. We're going to go and look through the tables codex. I've put in my little marker, because you basically refer to this book all the time. And we got a 5 and a 4. A training room. Okay. There is a bashed up mannequin and a pole covered in cut marks here. A warrior is practicing here, slashing at the pole. You must fight them. So this is a training room. Oh my goodness. All right. So we need to put some details in here. So how is everybody doing tonight? I think this is a unique room. I would imagine it would be. Yes, it is. It's unique. And we are up against a warrior. I like to put in as many notes as I possibly can, just so that I can always refer back. I should put on in that effectively we rolled 0 exits. However, we did link up with other rooms. Jason, you're all good tonight. Excellent, excellent. Did you manage to play any games? So training room, warrior, and then we're going to roll on this standard chart for things. There we go. David, you're saying Games by Felix does a nice third-party narrative expansion called Reveries of the Dark. Oh, okay, I'll have to check that out. This has very much become a favourite of mine. I've enjoyed the creative side to this game. Another game that we played on the channel is, I should say, because we continue to come back to it time and time again, is Colossal, which is the solo narrative game. Are you guys familiar with that one? I'm going to find the warrior. It's very handy to have the cards for the game. They're definitely a worthwhile addition. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put the warrior card just here. We've got our little tracker for the combat, like so. We can keep an eye on this. Jason, you said you almost ran Legend in the Mist but had a player fall ill. Oh, well, hopefully maybe next time you'll get to play that game, hey? Right, so I should go to this page here. Now, I did used to have some healing potions. I've had to use them in the last couple of encounters. So my health is currently at 10, but I have run out of healing potions now. So I definitely have to be mindful of that. Okay, so we are rolling. Again, for those who have not played, basically our character has two kinds of maneuvers. We've got a thrust and a swing. The combination is basically the first value is on the red dice, the second value is on the white. So for the thrust, we need to achieve a 3 on the red and a 2 on the white. For a swing, we need to have a 4 on the red and a 3 on the white. And then you can see the type of damage that each of those maneuvers does. If we are not successful in our roll, we do have this shift value, which allows us to move a dice either up or down. Now, currently on our level 1 character, Dagard Cole, we can just do it twice. That's it. But as we continue through our combat, we will actually get to the point where we can boost it just a little bit more as our character is getting tired and as the enemy is getting tired as well. So let's give this a go and see how we do. So 3-2 or a 4-3. Well, that's not particularly good, is it? So we got a 6-2. It would take two shifts, to knock that down to a 4, and then we don't have anything left to boost the other die up to a 3. So basically, we've jabbed out with or swung out with our sword, but miscalculated the distance, and we've swung wide and missed. Okay, it is for the warrior. Now then, this is actually, oh my goodness. So the warrior is going to hit on a 4-3 or a 1-2. And they have an interrupter. Bracer blocks on primary 4s. So that swing is not good. And dodge on secondary 3s. Oh my goodness. So swinging against this warrior is not good at all. We're going to have to do thrusts all the way. But let's see how this warrior does. A 4-3 or a 1-2. Oh! That's lucky. That is lucky because the warrior has a shift of 1. And if they had a shift of 2, I'd be in trouble. Hello, Vortag Games. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. How are you? Okay, so we're moving on to round 2. I need a 3-2. Got to be a 3-2. Ah, oh, goodness me. That's a 5-3. Now, okay, I could use one of my shifts, couldn't I? So I could take that down to the 4. It does mean that a bracer block on a primary 4 is -1 damage. So we're going to take that. So actually in this instance, I'm going to do, it's d6 -1. It's now d6 -2. And they have 9 hit points. I'm going to just put this at the side here. Just so we know. Okay, so it's whatever the dice roll is minus 2. So I swing at the warrior and their bracer just glances off my blade. This warrior's just laughing at me. Laughing. Mocking me. Okay, it's their turn against me. Well, again, I've only just. They are after a 4-3, so they've just got the results the wrong way around, and they've only got a shift of +1, so it doesn't help. Okay, on to round 3. Come on, we've got to do this. It's a 3-6. I can't do it, can I? Can't do it. No joy on that. Okay, their turn. It's a 3-2. Thankfully, they can't do it either. Again, they're 1 point out on each of those dice rolls. Okay, it's up to round 4. So when it gets to round 4, we have a bonus shift. So I can use 3, they can use 2. This is going to be problematic given their great dice rolls that they've had. Okay. Come on, we can do this. That's a 3 and a 1. But that's okay. I can use one of my shifts to make that into a 2. They cannot defend against that, so we're going to do a full d6 worth of damage. Alright. It's a bit more like it. 3 points. Okay. So we'll just take away that die. They're down to 6. Their turn. They, of course, get a +1, so they have 2 shift points now. Okay. Thankfully, that's a good roll. It's a real good roll. I don't have to worry too much. We're on to round 5, and now it goes up to 2 points. Can I finish this off? I now have 4 shift points to use. It's a 2 and a 6. That's not going to help, is it? No, I've missed. Rats. Okay, their turn. They have 3 points to use. That's down to 5-1. Oh, goodness. So they've got 3 points. They can move that down to the 4. And this up to the 3. That's their 3 points. They have hit. That's a flurry. It's d6 minus 3. Let me just double check. My armor, my jerkin is a 4. That should work, shouldn't it? So it's a -1 on there. So it's -4. Okay. Let's see how we do. 1. Okay, so that's fine. So as much as they've done a flurry of attacks against me, they weren't that good. They weren't that good at all. Alright, we're up to round 6. And this is the maximum amount of shift bonuses. 3 points. Goodbye, Mr. Damaroffi. enjoy your dinner, and we'll see you again soon. Okay, here we go. A 4-2. But I've got all the points now, haven't I? I can use 1 point. Yeah, just the 1 point to take that down to a 3. Ah, where is it? There's a 3. There it is. 3-2. Okay, so we're going to do d6 damage. Come on, give me the 6. Want the 6. We'll just go with the 1. Okay, they now have 4 points of shifts to use. And that's a 3-1. They could... So they got 4 points. They could do the slash, couldn't they? So 2 points down on this one. Takes it to a 1. And 1 point takes that up to a 2. So that's fine. They do d6 minus 2. And because they've learnt from doing the flurry, my jerkin does not act as a defense in this instance. So it is d6 minus 2. God damn it. Okay. That was brutal. Oh. I'm down to 4. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happens if I die. That's a 4-5. I can keep that as a 4. I can make that into a 3, not a problem. So this is d6 minus 1. Vortex Games, you say you die, that's it, you need to take a heal potion. Oh no! That's 2 points off, down to 3. Do I have a heal potion? Let's have a look. No. No, I am in trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna be in real trouble. So I need to be careful. I haven't found anything that would... Can you eat a ration during combat? I think the rations are used when you go down to the next level. I don't think they're used for healing. Rations are only on the stairs. Yes, yes. So I did the 2 points. It's their roll. Okay. Ooh, we might have to cheat a little bit, I think. That's a 4-4. So they can do a flurry, but I can -1 on the damage. So this is -4 on the damage. Okay. Oh, it's 1 point. My turn. Four again. I've got all the points now, haven't I? So I've got 5 points to manipulate, so that being the case, it's 1 point to do this, and it's 2 points to do that, so that's fine. So we can just roll this 1 dice. Oh, but his bracer blocks on a primary... Oh, hang on, that was a... It's down to a 3, so it's okay. It's okay. So I just need a 3 or more on this. Oh, the dice hate me. They so hate me. We are absolutely slogging it out. That is a 1-2. That is a slash. So it is D6 minus 2. That effectively means this character's dead. Oh, that's mean. I've literally just started tonight. Ah, okay. I'm gonna house rule that. I'm gonna house rule it. I'm basically going to say that we defeat the warrior, but I'm gonna take no experience from it. Because otherwise this game is over. I don't know, I mean, I literally would be starting again. So we're just gonna fudge it a little bit. Other than finding something, is there any way to actually get health whilst you're within the dungeon? Because it's a bit tough, isn't it? What about the bandages that we have? Can we use those? Let's clear this up. That was mean. That was very mean. You gain 10 HP when you level up. Yes. Yes, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's getting up to that 100, and as you can see, I'm up to 68. So that warrior would have been fantastic as far as my leveling up, but it would have been definitely disingenuous to take those XP points, given that we didn't defeat him. If you have Malaco leaves, you can eat one for 1 HP. I don't know if we've got that. I don't think so. No. We've got the Scarlet Orivatus. Delicate red leaf with sterilizing properties that crumbles when dried. And you can, of course, combine it with another ingredient to make a medicated bandage. But I don't have anything in my inventory that was going to help. Buy heal potions in town, so I'd have to leave the dungeon via the exit back to town. I think we're going to have to do that, aren't we? So, let's see. So we're doing this. This is the first time I've actually had to do this. So, buying items. You can buy items at the market. All types of armors, yes. Miscellaneous items table. We could actually sell some of the items that we have. Yeah, I definitely feel like we're going to have to go and purchase. You've done this many levels in your last playthrough. Once per level, find the exit. I've been trying to find an exit at the sides as I have travelled through. Oh, David's saying go to the inn and enter an arm wrestling contest. You can win some good stuff. This is the one area of the game that I haven't quite gone into because I've focused very much on just exploring. But yes, here we go. The arm wrestle table. Oh, this is interesting. I like it. So while in a town, you can also take part in a friendly arm wrestling competition held at a town hall. Could bolster your confidence and physical well-being before you return to the dungeon. Roll 2d6 on the arm wrestle and add your discipline modifier as you try to remain focused. What's my discipline? +1. Alright. Any resulting modifiers are noted on the character sheet. So it mainly looks like you gain gold. Unless I roll very poorly, then I can lose 2 hit points. I feel... So as far as leaving the dungeon, can I just go? Is that acceptable? Given the serious beating? You know what? I'm going to actually say that that warrior is still in that room. I feel that actually would be more appropriate. Let's make a note of that. So let's put that. So it was room 18. Just gonna put a little 18 in here. And we're gonna actually put just in here. There we go. So you can vote at games saying you only once per level. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to run away, and in fact, we've pretty much got a straight line all the way down through here. We can get ourselves out, but we're going to leave that warrior there, so that we can face them another time. I have the high ground. So, let's go to the market. What gold do we have? We got 4 gold pieces, 23 silver coins. Alright. Let's we take a look. Let's go to this screen. It's gonna be easier. This, of course, is super helpful that we have all of the tables listed at the back. And we want to find something to do with items, don't we? Purchasing items or health potions. Just trying to see. Potions. Magic potions table. Is that 8 or 9? Let's go with 8. Have a quick look. So we have So we have magic items, magic potions. Here we go. Extra healing. Okay. We just want healing. Healing up to 10. Heal up to 10 health points is 18 gold coins. I don't have that kind of money. So I can't I can't buy the potion. No, that's not good. Everything's in gold coins. Life in this fantasy kingdom is expensive, much like real life. Oh, but what could I sell things? So how about if I sell my finesse and resist magic. What do we have? So these are speed. I don't think you can do that. Resist magic, where's that? Resist magic. That's worth 10 gold coins. Speed. Must be speed blast, because I don't think I made a note of any else. No, nothing on that one. No. Or is it scrolls? No, it's not on the scrolls. 33 of the Black Book. Okay, I think we're going to have to do that. And thank you for the page, that's very helpful. See, it's good when you guys already have it here. So selling, sell all of your non-coin loot. First establish what you want to sell. Value. For your armor, make it, okay. Runes sell for 50 gold coins each. Values of miscellaneous items table and halve it. Oh. Yes, because of course you don't get full price, do you? 50% of the price. Yes. Okay, we're going to... That was page 8. We're going to just generalize this a little bit. Do we have a finesse? Finesse? That's 50, so we're going to have 25 there. Resist magic. So that's 30. And speed. 30, so it's going to say, we're going to say 36. 36 gold coins in addition, so let's lose all of these. And we're going to put that to 40. Okay, and now we need to have healing. Healing. 18 gold, so we can basically buy 2 healing. I'm going to go with that. And then I'm instantly going to use one of the healing. And put that back to 10. Wow, that... my nose has definitely been blooded in this situation. But... And I don't think I've got anything else. Oh, hang on. How about these magic scrolls? Let's actually... Magic scrolls. You know what? I might... Because I'm here, I might sell everything. Reflexes. That's worth 10. So that'd be 5. Paralysis. 22. So that'd be 11. I could get 16 for both of those. You know what? I'm going to do it. That'd be 16. Because I feel like I definitely need. And healing, what did we say it was? It's 18. So it gets me another potion. Because I'm quite scared now. I've managed to go through this entire dungeon and actually not feel like I could defeat pretty much most things. I could get another piece of armor. Could I? I've only got 23 silver coins. What armor could I get? Everything for armor is all gold coins. Yeah, the jerkin is the lightest armor you can get at 9 gold coins. My goodness, yeah, looking at some of these, wow, A metal breastplate is 440 gold coins. That's quite something. That's quite something. Is there anything else that I could sell? Oh, my cloak. I have a cloak that's worth 3d6 silver coins. How many silver coins equals a gold coin? There must be a conversion for that. Here we go. Coinage. 10 silver equals 1 gold. Yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere near being able to purchase that armor. So we'll leave that as, because we want to go and explore another room, don't we? That's kind of the idea. Okay. Let us, well, we're going to venture back on into the dungeon. And hopefully our luck is a little bit kinder to us now. We will work our way back round. We will avoid this room here to basically look at gain. Oh, you're saying look at gain health. Okay, hang on. Gain health. Oh! Gain health can exceed the baseline for 25. Oh, that is good, isn't it? But that was... I don't think I had enough money for that. I managed to... I could only have then 1 healing potion. Because effectively, I have spent... what's that? 36, haven't I? So I managed to get together 36 gold coins. Oh, but hang on. We did say... Oh, but cloak is silver coins, so that's no good. I do have an amulet, though, which is worth 2d6 gold coins. I could get rid of the amulet. I feel like I might have to do that. But even then, it's going to be half the value, isn't it? Flog it, says David. Yeah, okay. Amulet goes. It was worth 2d6. Okay, cool. We'll put this in here so you guys can see. Okay, here we go. So I get 3 coins, 3 gold coins. That's it. Okay, that was rubbish. Do you get the idea that I'm not particularly good with dice rolls? So, we got 3. If we have our healing down to 1, we get an additional 18 coins, don't we? So, that takes us to 21. We could turn those silver coins into another 2. I'm up to 23. How many did it say it needed? It was 25, wasn't it? 25. Gain health. 25. Yes, Rogan, with my dice rolling, I do need all the healing I possibly can. Do you know what? What else have I got that costs money? I will get rid of it. So we'll take the cloak away. What else could I sell that would be fair to... we'll sell this gem. I'm not even going to look at the value. I'm just going to say that that's it and take away all the money. And what was it? It was gain health 15 points. So okay, there we go. I think we're going to go with that. We've had to, you know, massage the results a little bit, but I think that's not too bad. We have lost essentially anything that we had of value, but so be it. Right, let's see if we can do one more room. Because that's all we're going to be able to have time for. Oh, goodness me. This has not worked out as I'd hoped. Never mind, never mind. Right. Let's roll. So then, we are in this room. We're at 17, in the shackle room. The warrior has continued doing their training, all very smug and happy with themselves. Okay, it's a corridor. I can do a corridor. Oh, so that's a 1 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to this point here, this point here. Have I got the right pen? No, I've not. And let me just turn this. I always put down a bit of paper. Just so that I don't mark anything. And just so I know when I come back to this. We just need to put in these little markings. And we'll do the same on here. And we'll put a little bit more detail in later on. There we go. So we got a corridor. Okay. Let's roll again. Let's try and get a better result. That's a 3 and a 6. Okay, that's interesting. And I'm going to roll, so 3 and a 6. Roll a dice for how many exits? That's 2 exits. I'm right on that, aren't I? Let me just double check. I think it is. Yeah, 4 to 5 is 2 exits. So I'm just going to put that as a 2. And then we're going to roll for the room type. That's a 5 and a 6. Okay. What do we have? 5, 6. A dump. Have we had dumps before? We have had a dump. And it's archways. So it's two exits and it's an archway. Okay. So we have 2 doors. And did it say they were random? Or the archers, aren't they? Archers. And who do we get to face in this dump? This space has been used to dump rubbish and stone, piles of which fill 2 corners. You can rummage through the rubbish, so we have to roll on a chart. This is what we want. We want something nice and simple. So we need to do RUPT1. And then IAUT1. IAUT1. Okay. Let me fill this in. So we need to do a 3-6. So it's going to be 3 along. 1, 2, 3. And 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's to here. And we need 2 exits. So I'm going to put 1 at the bottom and 1 at the side here. That would seem to make sense with what we've got. And we just put this here. This is going to be an archway. We'll put the other one here. There we go. And yes, let's put these arches in. Because it reminds me. So one over there. And the same on this side. All right, and we just need to put in room number. It's a shame I'm sure that a lot of you guys have got your own maps. It would be great to be able to see them. So there is a link in the video description for the channel's Discord. If you wanted to join on in there, and I think we've got an area where you could post up your maps and maybe share them with others. I'd be intrigued to see what type of dungeons you've explored over your time playing 2D6 Dungeon. And maybe have an idea of the types of denizens that you have faced. Okay, so all I need to do now is roll on these charts to basically see what we find. So we need RUPT1. Again, it's very handy. You can just go to the back of the book. Find Rubbish Pile Table 1, page 27. This book gets so much use. Here we go. Let's grab 2 dice. Oh, look, now we're getting the good scores. 9. So, you search a random pile of rubbish and find, on closer inspection, this is the burnt remains of an animal, and there are fragments of bone. Okay. And then we go to The other table, IAUT1. Where is that? There it is. Interruptions and unexpected table, page 36. I should know this one off by heart. I'm constantly rolling. Some of the gods require bone as an offering. Yes, 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 yes. Well, we'll take a look and see. I think, well, we only have one god that we can go to. Never-Zator. We got a 4-5. Oh, here we go. There is an old rough stone water-filled basin set in the wall. Above it is a symbol, so we have to roll on SST1. If you can place a related item in the water, it transforms into a medium quality rare gem. Here we go. We've done this before. I do actually really like this element of the game where all these little aspects build up into an interesting little story. So it is SST1. Need to find that. Near the bottom here, where is it? SST1, symbols, page 17. Okay, I'm going to keep my finger in there. So, roll 1d6. That's a 5. A rock. Do I have a rock? I think I do. I'm just looking here now. Metal, we have coal, firewood. No, it's not looking good, is it? I don't think I have any rocks. This is why it's so important to make a note of all the things that you encounter. You never quite know. So, no joy. No joy. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to stop this adventure there because otherwise I feel like I might be in trouble, and I'm going to regroup a little bit. But what that will mean is it gives us opportunity to go and take a look at 2d6 realm. As I say, I have literally just got this, so I'm just having a quick flick through to actually see what the game has to offer. This is something that we'll look at the channel closer to its release, and once I've hopefully managed to get to the end of this first dungeon. So let's have a quick scan through. Oh, what's that? 264 pages. So, wow, that's pretty big. Pretty big. We have a little bit of an introduction here. But we'll go past this. We have 3 aims in playing. You explore the land of Corradine and experience an overland adventure. You can claim land and build a realm and become a lord, a lady, or a lordane. You can build your adventurer up to a level so that they can take on a legendary dungeon. Page 67 is your favourite. Is this for 2d6 realm, David, or...? Should I be looking at a different book? What else do we have? We got quite a bit of here. Oh, Death in Game. I needed to read that bit for tonight, didn't I? So, game setup. What do we have? We need to have obviously our dot grid sheet paper, but it needs to be larger than what we're doing in Dungeon because we're going to be putting in more detail. 7 6-sided dice is what you require. Okay. So we've got an element here of having a round and a month. We're having to track months. That's interesting. Explore a new plot. Okay. So what do we have here? We have adding tags and icons. Oh, this is interesting. I believe you can move diagonally in the game. And you end up using multiple maps. So that can link together. So you can actually have quite a large area. Oh, here we go. Plot land types: an abandoned dwelling, an orchard, a road, animal burrows, bandit camps, burnt woodlands, fields, lakes, quarries, meadows. This is cool. Oh, and is this giving you a different... Okay, so it's giving you different styles of how you could illustrate the different plot types. I like that. That's cool. So you're suggesting David's page 67. Let's find out what's on 67. I'm intrigued now. Oh, very good, David. Very good. Well, there we go. We have an example of 1 month by Mr. David Day. So, David, then, how was your experience with the game? Have you been enjoying it? How long have you been playing it for? And what a wonderful little illustration you've got going on there. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. You see, now I'd love to try and do the 3-dimensional illustrations. I'm not quite sure I have the confidence on that. I might start doing top down and then we'll see how it goes. The game is huge. You're on 4 sheets of A4 so far. My goodness. Okay. See, I like doing everything in my little book, but I remember when I was a kid and we used to play old platform adventure games where it was a screen per sort of level. We used to draw on graph paper each of the screens. And I remember one game called Pitfall where we had, it must have been something like 10 to 15 pages of graph paper with every couple of inches being representative of a screen, all mapped out so that you could see this entire picture of what the entire video game looked like in graphical form. It was quite something, and I imagine this is kind of similar. So I'm very excited about it. I am looking forward to it because you really can have a lot of fun with this. That's cool. I like that. And then we have... You had Pitfall on the Atari 2600. Yes, I actually had it on an early Japanese computer called the MSX. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is cool. Obviously, I do need to sit down and have a proper look through this, but I'm already excited about it. We've got a lot more lore happening here, which is great. It all expands the world. But yes, I'd love to be able to illustrate in this, like say, in this three-dimensional style. I'll have to do some practicing. But the way I envisage this, I think each of my plots is going to have to be a 2x2 square, as opposed to the 1x1 that I've been doing for the dungeons, to maintain this in my book. And I'm probably going to have to work out a number of pages and number them so that you can have arrows pointing to each page, so you know which ones, the directions that they go on in. Roger, you like the icon samples? Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Yes. So it does seem... So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5x1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a fair number, isn't it? 35 different types of terrain. David, you bought 1-inch square dot paper off Amazon, which was perfect. Ah, of course, yes. That would work, wouldn't it? That would work, yeah. Okay, so, well, there you go. So this is something for us to look forward to in the future. As I say, I'm going to continue playing 2D6 Dungeon once I've got to the end of this first level. Once I've resurrected myself a little bit, then I'm going to move on to this. So you'll be able to join me for a full stream as we explore 2D6 Realm. And hopefully, yeah, well, I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun with it. Right. I'm going to call it there. So, thank you everybody for joining me tonight to watch quite an eventful 2D6 Dungeon session. We are going to be taking a look at another role-playing game on Thursday evening, something a bit different. We're going to be exploring Righteous Blood, Ruthless Blades from Osprey Games. I hope I'm going to get this right, but you know how bad I am at pronunciation, so I believe it's Wushu. Wushu role-playing game. So this is inspired by the stories of Gulong. Solve mysteries, avenge misdeeds, uphold justice, and master kung fu. We're going to explore China of history and legend. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I've already been taking a good look at the book over the weekend. It has some really, really cool aspects to it. So please do join me on Thursday evening from 7 o'clock. And we'll go and take a look at that. David saying, thanks for having us. It's been a great stream. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, David. And thank you for joining me. Yes, no, this has been great. I'd hoped we'd explore more. I really did. But we faced the greatest challenge I've faced so far in the game, this warrior. And basically, I got my ass handed to me. So I need to practice and level up a bit more, I think, because he was mean. He was absolutely mean. All right then. Thank you so much, everybody. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday. But until then, bye for now.